All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm happy that you're joining us. Today's devotion comes out of Proverbs 25. We're going to go to verse 27. It says this: "It's not good to eat too much honey, and it's not good to seek honors for yourself. A person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls." So recently it was Girl Scouts cookie season, and you all know how that goes. You see the cute little Girl Scouts in front of the Walmarts and in front of the Targets, and they're selling Girl Scout cookies. And they politely ask you, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? Well, me being the kids person that I am, I love kids, and seeing them smile is one of my biggest joys in life. And so this year I decided to buy a box. Well, actually I decided to buy 3 boxes, but I said, okay, I'm going to buy some. And so I opened up the box and I said, okay, I'm just going to eat 2. Well, 2 slowly turned into 4, turned into a sleeve, turned into the box, and before you know it, a whole box of Girl Scout cookies was gone. And you usually buy them and just say, I'm just going to have 2. Well, down the road, you end up eating the entire box and you kick yourself a little bit and you say, why didn't I have self-control? Why didn't I stop? And why didn't I take a breath and put the box down and walk away for a little bit? Because if you had had self-control, the box would still be there and you wouldn't have had to buy more. We're in a season right now where we can only control what we do. We can work on social distancing and from being away from people and washing our hands, but it's in the things that we can't control that tend to frustrate us. And you ask yourself, why aren't people doing the same thing that you're doing? But we can only control our actions and our thoughts and our behaviors. And have you ever felt as if your life was totally out of control and security was just an impossible dream, especially right now? Proverbs 25:28, it says, "We are given a clear picture of a life void of discipline. A person without self-control is as defenseless as a city with broken down walls." When there is no self-control, when there is no grace crafting a spiritual hedge of protection, we are sitting ducks and vulnerable to attacks from any direction and every enemy. Dr. James Dobson said, "If one examines the secret behind a championship football team, a magnificent orchestra, or successful business, the principal ingredient is discipline. These athletes and these musicians have devoted their lives to practicing and creating their craft to be as wonderful as they can. Why can we not do the same with our lives and our spiritual growth?" Discipline is a trait that we tend to think of as being negative. The truth is that discipline is simply the wholehearted yes to the call of God in our lives. Simply put, discipline is obedience, a lifetime process that establishes order and creates stability by training and controlling our behavior. Discipline is focusing and eliminating, zeroing in on what is important in life. It can only be accomplished in our lives through the power of the Holy Spirit. When we surrender our lives to God, and the Holy Spirit is set free to train and direct us toward the ways of God. The Father will not give us good habits or character. We have to choose to walk in an upright way. We must choose the good habits over the bad and work out the salvation that God has worked for. This draws us to what Paul says in Galatians 5. Galatians 5:22 and 23 says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And against such things there is no law." When we display self-control in our lives, we are then proclaiming to others that the Holy Spirit is still at work in us. Proverbs 25:28. "A person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls." Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's daily devotion. God bless.